Hello crafters, it's Hannah here from HanCrafted Creations. Welcome to this week's live class. So this week we're going to be making a mini album which I'm very excited about. So it's going to be a simple envelope mini album, so nothing too crazily difficult. So I'll be showing you how to put it together. We have got, as always, my meter over on the comments, so if you have any questions or queries or just want to say hey, or just say hey anyway, where you're from, what you're doing, just pop it in the comments, and any questions Mum will shout them out for me. So that's pretty much all I'm going to chat about today, so we're going to get started straight away. I think just actually a question, a couple of people last week said the sound wasn't too good, so let me know. I didn't do anything different than previously, but just let me know in the comments if you can hear everything, if it's fuzzy or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what it sounded like to people that were commenting that, so let me know, but we will get started. So let's switch you around. So we don't need a lot of supplies to make this, to be honest. Sound okay for you, Mum?
Yeah, I can't explain it. It sounded like not muffled but loud. Maybe it's real good.
Okay. Not sure. Oh, you're frozen out of sync. The sound is awful. So just let me know now in the comments how it sounds and if I'm still around before I go on. So I'll just give you a second to let me know in the comments how it sounds. How are we sounding, everybody? Sounds like your speaker's blown out. You know what? Let me just try and turn the speaker volume down. Bear with just a second. Okay. So how's, is that any better? Any difference? I'm just letting people, I'm just going to keep sort of mumbling on a bit. Is that better? Okay. So yeah, okay. So I had the volume higher because before it was really quiet. People told me it was really quiet, so I turned it down a bit. I've turned it up a bit even, so I've turned it back down now, so better. Okay, well, I'm going to carry on then from now, and I'll remember those settings. I didn't change anything, so I don't know. Anyway, we're all good, so we'll carry on. So all we need is some cardstock to start off with. So I've got the Coastal Cabana cardstock, and we're gonna start off by making the hinges. So all you need is whatever choice of cardstock and 4 envelopes. This is just going to be a 4-page album. So these are just some inexpensive envelopes. They're not like the best, you know, your super nice smooth envelopes, so you don't mind covering them up. So we've just got 4 of those. So these are A6 envelopes, which are 4.5 by just under 6 3/8. So we need those. Oops. So to make the hinge, all you need to do is take the height of your envelope, and I've got my little prototypey thing here. So the height of your envelope, so it was 6 3/8 basically, and 6 3/8 by 8 inches. Okay. Well, then grab your scoreboard and there you go. Really simple scoring. You're going to score it at 2 inches, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5 and 6. So basically on the 8-inch side, starting at 2 and up to 6, you're going to score every half inch. So 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5 and 6. Dead easy to remember. So that's that bit. So then we're going to concertina this. So whichever way you start folding, then fold it back the other way, and then just keep doing that. So we're making a concertina binding basically. So keep going and try, if you can, to keep your concertina level, not squiff. So make sure your score lines sort of line up, and then just keep on going until you're done, like so. So then you're going to have that, and that's the binding of our album. So done. No, that's not it. So what we need to do to this piece now is stretch it back out a little bit, and we're going to be adding tape to every other half inch. So let me grab a marker. So starting on the left hand side, you're going to add tape to this one, this one, this one and this one. So you can see it's every other one, starting with the first line, miss one, tape, miss one, tape, miss one, tape, miss one. So let's do that. I've got 1/4 of an inch tape. Where's my block? There. So I'm just going to add tape to each side. So this is probably the quickest binding, I think, just a simple concertina. So it can be however however many pages you want. All you need to do is add another inch per page. So let me explain this. So if you want to add more pages, you would just add another inch, and then so add another inch and then score half, another half inch, if that makes sense. So for each page there's an inch with half scored. Does that make sense? I don't know if am I making sense? So I hope that makes sense. So if you want more pages, just keep adding an inch and score it halfway, if that makes sense. I hope it does. So flip it over, and on the back side of the long wings we need to add tape. So tape there, and there, and then one down the middle, and then flip it round and do the other side. And there. Okay, and give everything a good burnish, and on that side as well. Okay, so now we've got this. We've got our tape on our hinges. Oh, that's a better way of explaining it. For each page you need one hinge. And then on the back of the flaps we've got tape. So grab your envelopes, and you can decide this later on. Well, decide it now, I guess, if you want to keep your envelopes open or closed. I probably will leave them open, maybe, so I'm going to stick the closed side of the envelope onto the hinge, so leaving the flap at the top of the envelope. So starting on the right hand side, take tape off and just press it into the tape. Whoops, try and do it straight would be good. So just a hair's width away from the actual score mark and burnish. They're getting sore throat already. Just grab a sip of water. And then the next one. So always start on the back page, it just makes it easier.
Right.
The right hand side, yeah. So press it down, burnish, and press it down. There we go. I know, like I said, this is a really quick album to do, but I am just doing 4 pages, so you could make it bigger, yeah. Okay, so now we've got that. So all you need to do is just fold up the concertina again, like so, and you'll have that. Just squeeze it all together and give that a burnish. Does that all make sense so far? Any questions? Pop into the comments. I'm just going over all of my score lines again, and you can open it back out to burnish as well. You don't want these pages falling off, so give it all a good burnish, and I'll show you how that folds up again. So just the concertina that you did before, just squeeze it all up like so. So that's the basis of our little album done. So like I said, you can decide now whether to keep these envelopes open or closed. I think I'm going to leave them open, but cut off the can't beat the flaps, that's it. I think I might do that, then we can put a nice tag inside, or just tuck it in. Let's see if it can tuck. Watch me mess it up now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we'll do that. So we've got a pocket on each one then. So take the sticky off. and this one. Oops. And then this one. Yeah, so for each one you've got a pocket, then you can make a little photo mat to go inside, or just put whatever goodies you want. So we are going to decorate these, so this bit will be neater when we've finished. So, but for now, there we go. So we need a cover and a spine. So just move some of this paper out the way. Move that to the side for just a second. So for the spine, the cover, we need some more cardstock. So this is just a cardstock cover, just because that's quite easy to use. So we need one piece that is 4 3/4 by, what was it again, 6 3/8, that was it. So 4 3/4 by 6 3/8. So this is just the size of my envelope, basically, top height ways, and then just a little bit over the width of the envelope. So whatever you're using, just go the height and then a 1/4 of an inch bigger on the width for one piece. And then the second piece is 7 by 6 3/8. So the height of my envelope by 7. So this is the height of the envelope again, and we've added a little bit more because this is going to be our closure. So that's all of the cutting for now. So just grab my scoreboard. So on this piece we need to score it at 4 3/4 and at 5. Hello everybody, by the way. I am looking at everybody saying hi. So so that was 4 3/4 and 5. And you're just going to fold on those 2 score lines. And okay, so this is just the height of our envelope and enough so that you can wrap it around. Okay, so we'll stick this one on the front, and then this one is going to go on the back. So take off the tape. You can lay this flat to do it if it makes it easier. So take off the tape and just go up to that score line. Up to but not over. And burnish. Okay. So that's going to be like that. Okay. Maybe I need a new mic. Could be that. I'll have another play with the settings. So that's the front. Then this one is going to stick on here. So again, we can open it out if that helps. Take off the tape backing. And stick this side down up to but not over the score mark, like so. and burnish, and then when you concertina it back up, it's going to go like so. But we're not finished yet. But that's the basic part of it done. So it will open like so. Okay, now I added a bit to my prototype that I did yesterday, so I just have to think which way around to, okay, yeah, we're good. So I need to cut some paper for the spine. So I have got the, what's it called, Tranquil Textures Designer Series paper. So did I have a measurement for this? No, I didn't. That's fine. Okay, so which one to use on the spine? I think I might just go with this one because it's quite nice. So let's grab our trimmer. So again, we need to go with the height of the envelopes, which is 6 3/8, the height of my envelopes, but do it to whatever the size of your envelopes is. If you want, so you could do this with, you know, whatever the next size of envelopes up is or down. So it's very customizable. Just connected with it. Okay. So that way, and then I'm gonna go about, so that's about half an inch, I think, about 4, let me think, about 4 3/4. Well, let's just go 5. We'll go 5 inches that way. Okay, so this is going to wrap around the spine just to neaten this up, but before we stick that down, I'm going to stick my magnets down. We're going to have magnet closure on this one, people. I love my magnets. So I need 4. So I'll show you where I get my magnets from. So I get them from the Magnet Expert. That is so blurry. Anyway, the Magnet Expert on Amazon. So I will put a link in the information where I get the magnets from. So it's called the Magnet Expert, and you've got different thicknesses and diameters and all that stuff as well. So right, thinking about the placement of our magnets, we're going to have a photo mat here. So I want my magnets to be underneath this photo mat. So I'm going to go about there and there. So you can stick 2 magnets down, and you can see these are really, really thin, which is good for when you're doing albums and such. So I stick them down. These are sticky back as well, but then I do put a bit of tape over the top just to make sure it doesn't move. Like that. So then our paper is going to wrap around like so. So I need to put some tape on here. So on the 2 long sides we're going to put tape. So and that side. And then on your album, on the edge here, you're going to add tape on the front, whoops, and on the back. So flip it over on the edge there. Okay. So burnish that. Okay. So what's going to happen is this is going to get stuck on and then wrap around, and we're going to just wrap like so. So I'm doing it before I take the sticky off, just so I can roughly get a score line like so. So I'm just folding it around and then just pinching at the spine, and I'm pulling it quite tight, so I want this to be squeezed all the way together. So pinching it like that, and then we can take it off and we can see where our score line should be. So then just roughly fold that and give it a light burnish. Doesn't have to be too much. Like so. So then you've roughly got that shape, and it's better doing it off the album than trying to give measurements, I think. So squeeze that back in. Awesome. So we'll take the tape off. Where's my pokey tool? Off this one first, and press it in and around. That's roughly about right. Take the tape off your magnets. And this piece, and just bring that down. Burnish, and then go to the back, take the tape off that piece first, and while you're pressing this down, pull the paper over. So keep this down because you want it to be squeezed, and pull the tape around and press, and then take the tape off this part. Better late than never, yeah, that's fine. I'm just glad that you're here. So we're making an envelope album today, so that's the basic bit done. So when you open it up, it's got a really funky looking spine because it's just a concertina, but it can open all the way like so. And to make it fold in the right places, keep your pages flat and just bend the cover back like that, and do the same on the back. So keeping your pages down and just open that right out, and then the pages will turn nicely and flip back around to the front. Yay! So we can, I think, I'm not going to bother put any paper on this side. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Yeah, I think that will look fine. So I'm going to do some stamping and decorating on here, but I think I'll do that last. So we'll go on to decorate the pages. Now, depending on time, I mean it depends if you still want to keep watching, I'll just do some of the pages or all of it, just whatever you guys are wanting. So all we need for the pages is some paper, and I'm going to measure it because I didn't before. So 4.5, so 4.25, so just 1/4 of an inch smaller, and that is 6 1/8. Okay, so 4.25 by 6 1/8. That's the size for these envelopes, and these are C6 envelopes. So you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 pieces. So let's grab a trimmer and some paper. So I can use this for one. 4.25 by 6 1/8. So 1/8 is just a notch above the 6. So 4.25. That's one. Let's grab some more paper. I'm loving these spots. They're awesome. And that one. So what did I say? I need 8, don't I? So 1, 2, 3, one more design, then we can kind of alternate. Okay, wow, look at that, that is awesome. So let's just stack these up, and we'll cut 4.25. Nice. By 6 1/8. Excuse me. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need one more of each of those. So one more off this one. 6 1/8 by 4.25. And then this isn't, no, not big enough. I knew it wasn't big enough. I don't know why I bothered doing that. So if I go but I'm not good with numbers. Come on. 4.25 that way, and then the 6 1/8 that way. See, I get there in the end. It takes me a bit of time, but I get there. So we've got 2 of each. This is shush. One's picking on me. Yeah. Okay. So we've got, I do love that. That is just epic. And the spots. So, ooh. Right.
Leon love it, and so we'll be having a go.
Yes, it's very. I was thinking of you, Auntie, when I came up with this one last night. Yeah, because it's a very, very simple, quick mini album. There's not a lot to it, so just I know it smells awesome, doesn't it? Weird. I know that sounds weird, but in the comments, Audrey just said she opened hers. So anyway, let's decide on the order of the paper. So it's got to be the blue first. No, hang on. Blue first, then that one, then the spots, then that one. and then we'll do the same again. There. So if my measurements are correct, we'll see that should fit just nicely, and it does. Yay. So quick tip, use wet glue, because when it dries it will make the pages even stronger, sturdier. But don't go crazy with your wet glue, because if you do, that's when your pages might warp and buckle. So whoops, I'm dropping my glue. Bear with. Oh gosh. Oh, there we go. I've got it. So that one, well, we'll just go there. Oh darn it. Let's try that again, shall we? Oh, that'll do. So get that one stuck, and then on the back where we've got your pocket, you just want to add adhesive to this bottom part and the flap. So it's going to go over the hinge and then like so. So it'd probably be better to put your adhesive on here, but just make sure you don't go higher than the page. So what might make it easier if we stick this one on, and then you can see how wide to take it. So stick that side, and then you'll know not to put any wet glue below there and above there, if that makes sense. So then this side I can put my wet glue up to there. And you can just put a touch on the side of the flap, that little flap there of the envelope, like that. Bone folder, just burnish. So before you go on as well, make sure you haven't stuck down your envelope, and then you've got a little pocket. And just getting it off. There we go. Next page. So is that the right side? Yes. That one. So I'm going to stick the right side first. Again. And it's going to go there. The score tape, I got it from Etsy. Because the thing with score tape is it is kind of expensive most places, but if you go on Etsy and search for Sook Wang, which is the name of the people that actually make score tape, it's a lot cheaper because you're buying it direct from these people. And you'll see if you buy score tape, the name that's on there is actually Sook Wang. It's SOOKWANG, and it's a lot better, and you can buy it in bulk or just a roll at a time, and that's where I've been getting it from. and it's from China, so it takes, you know, a little bit of time to get here, but it's the best price that I've found so far for it. So Sukwang on Etsy, because it is really expensive most places that I've seen it, and I'm kind of like, it's just tape, I don't want to spend that much, but it is very good quality. So yes, Etsy. Somebody, I can't remember who it was that told me that, but again, it's buying it direct from the manufacturer instead of, you know, the score tape brand sort of thing, which is often when you get a better price. So I'm just going through and sticking my paper down, making sure my pockets are open. Got glue everywhere, and just a couple more to go. There we go. Whoa. That one. I think I've done that the wrong side, haven't I? Oh well. Never mind. Okay. Oh, and I've done that wrong as well. Let me just take a bit of that glue off. Okay. So make sure you don't seal our envelope. And the sun's coming out. Awesome. It's been so dull all day, and then when I decide it's time to do class, the sun comes out. It's typical. Okay, and then last page. There we go. And press. We can give it all a good burnish. The thing with wet glue, I get it everywhere, so I do prefer tape, but for pages like this, wet glue is very good. So getting the glue bits off. Right, so let's flip through our pages, make sure everything's stuck nicely, and make sure all our pockets are still open. Yep. And there. There. And there. Awesome. So pages are decorated. And now it looks like so. Love it. Wicked. Okay, so I think the next thing to do, if everybody's still good to keep watching, yep, we'll do a little simple pocket for in here for the front, and then we'll decorate the front here and then we'll see what else we want to add, if there's anything else. So just one of your leftover pieces of cardstock. So to do a simple pocket, measure your space. So that's 4 3/4 that way. So we want an extra 1/2 inch each side, so that would be 5 3/4. And then I could do that math quite simply. And how deep do I want my pocket? About 3. So no, actually, yeah, we'll go 3. So let's just cut this down to 5 3/4 by 3, and then score 1/2 inch on each of the long sides. I'm just going to use the trimmer. So 1/2 inch each side. So however wide you want your pocket to be, add 1/2 inch for each side, and then score at 1/2 inch. We'll add some tape, like so. And this is a simple pocket. So fold and burnish, fold and burnish. Just make sure I've got my measurements right, and I have. Yay me. Awesome. So we're going to miter the corners. So that just means cutting off a little wedge, and we just do that because it sits neater and it takes away a little bit of the bulk on the corners. So like that. So I've just taken a tiny little wedge. Then we're going to close the bottom of the corner with a line of wet glue. This is another thing I've started doing recently. It just saves, again, a little bit of bulk. So just a thin line of glue instead of doing another flap at the bottom. So just a thin line of glue. Take your tape off. Start on the outside, so line it up with your outside edge, press that down, take the tape off the other side, and press it down. And really squeeze the bottom, burnish the bottom well, just while that glue sticks. And you might have some peeking out the bottom, but that's fine. It just means it's stuck nicely. And then burnish. And then just make sure this will still fold and close, burnish from the other side, and there we've got a simple pocket there. So we can mat that pocket if we wish, and we may as well, seeing as we're here. So that was, what did I say, 4 3/4, so I need 4 1/2 by, that was it, 6 3/8 to start with. So I'm going to use, I think I might go with the purple. So let's cut that down. So first of all, we cut it to the size of the whole page, as if we were going to just mat the whole thing. So 4 3/4. Oh, I need a sip. Bear with. Did you say no? Well, tough, I need a drink. So 4 3/4 by 6 1/8. So we do that as if we were going to mat the whole thing with one piece, but obviously we're not. Hang on, that's not the right measurement. 6 and what was it? 6 1/8. So I did 6 3/8. Dope. So this is why we check before we stick things down. So that's better. And I'm going to actually take a little bit off the width as well. It's a smidge too wide for my liking, so literally just 1/8 of an inch off. I'm taking. That's better. Yeah. So then obviously we need to cut this. So to find out that measurement, just measure the size of your pocket, which we did already. So we know that's 3. So to mat it, you would just need it 1/4 of an inch smaller, so 2 3/4. So cut 2 3/4 off the bottom, and this will fit there, and it's always 1 o'clock, Leah. And that will fit just there. So just a little bit extra will tuck inside the pocket and give you just enough room, because you don't need to mat all the way down into the pocket because you don't see that far down. So that is just enough, and I'm just gonna, for quickness, use snail. Like so. So that's gonna go there. Oh, oh well. I did the wrong side. Does it matter? Oh, I'm just going to stick it down. It's just for me anyway, so, and you'll get the idea. So just tuck that in. Oops. Oh, come on, tuck. There we go. That'll do. Oh wow.
Keep going.
Okay. So that's our little pocket for the front there. Love it. And we can mat the back. I think I'm just going to do 1 piece. So that's going to be the same size as what this was, so 6 3/4 by 4 3/4 by 6 1/8. And I'm loving the spot, so I'm going to use that again. Actually no, I'm not, I'll use that side. So let's just double check our measurements, because you know. Yeah, 4 3/4, but then maybe 1/8 less, so that's 1 2 3 4 5 8, so 4 5/8 by 6 1/4. So if 5/8 is too complicated, just think 4 3/4 and then go back a notch. And that should be right. Let's just make sure. Yep, looking good. And we'll just stick that down. Definitely going to use that side. So no pocket on the back, just a simple mat. There. Give that a burnish. Okay. Pardon? I haven't put them on yet, no. So that's that. So our magnets are there, remember. And I'm not going to put anything here because that's going to be covered. That's going to be covered. We could put something here, or we could just add some journaling lines. So grab a journaling pen and just draw a frame, and it doesn't have to be neat, which is the good thing. So drawing a frame, so I'm just dragging my hand, and then we can just add a few lines. So this can be where you can write about whatever it is you're putting in this little album. There. And then we can add some little speech thingies. I don't know what the proper name for them is. You know, those things. Just so people know it's where you write. Okay. So that will do for there. Okay, I think we'll do the cover now. Well, the front bit. So our photo, well, this is the size of a photo mat, so this is going to go here. So on here I'm just going to do some very simple stamping, and then where's my other magnets gone? They've disappeared. Oh, I did take some out already though. It's a good job I've got more. Oh no, I didn't put them back in. Okay, there is somewhere. Okay, so right, so on this bit, my very simple stamping with the Southern Serenade stamp set. So I'm just gonna do, yeah, because we've kind of got that going on there, so I think I'll do some lines going on here. So I just want a pattern on there, I think, mainly. And I've got the inks that coordinate with the paper, so we can start with some soft seafoam.
Inverted commas then.
Oh, okay. Those things. Oh dear. You knew what I meant. Well, that's not straight at all, is it? Let's try that again. Yeah, that'll do. And then like so. Do all of it. I don't think I do. So, good job I have no more. I'm just going to go with this one instead. And the flower. Right. Grab my scrub. And I'll see you next time, Leanne. So let's stamp off, and then can stamp lightly. Like so. Yep. And then scrub, 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 dry, dry, dry. We'll take Tranquil Tide and stamp the flower. About there. Cool. Love that flower. Okay. And I'm not going to put any sentiment on it because that would all depend on what you would be putting in it. So for now, I'm going to leave it like that. So let's pop these away. Actually, I think it just needs a little something at the bottom so those flowers aren't floating. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's pop all those away. Whoops. We'll just clean this one off. So that was the Southern Serenade stamp set. Okay, so bring your album back in. So this is going to go in there, but we need to put the magnets on the back. So to get the position of those right, you need to just drop your magnet onto the other one. And if you drop it, it will make sure it's the right way around, because they have two directions, don't they? So then that's going to go there. So just put a glue dot on the back of the magnet. Like so. Then place this down, make sure it's centered, and then lift it up, and your magnets will be in the right spot on that side. So we only need to stick this side down to here, and we are going to cover this from the other side, don't worry. So about, let's see, 1.5 inches on this side. The side without the magnets is where we're going to put tape up to. So let's just use my grid paper. So about there. So not straight. Oops. And I'm putting a good amount of tape on just to make sure this doesn't come off, because this is the closure. Okay. So easiest way to do this is going to be take all the tape off, keep your hand under here so it doesn't stick straight away, but you get your magnets in the right place. But I'm not letting the stickiness touch it. And then make sure this is pushed up as far as it can go, and then magnets in the right place, and let that go down. And hopefully I didn't stick too far. Awesome. Okie dokie. And we just need some designer series paper to cover this part. That's going to be how it will stay closed. So let's just measure that. So 2 1/4 by 5 3/4. I think I've got enough here. 2 1/4, yeah. So 2 1/4 by 5 3/4.
Which side do you use?
Pardon?
Which side?
Did I use the blue to match that one? Yeah.
Just saying in case you stick with it.
I know. So I'm going to put a little bit of extra tape over our magnets. Like so. Stick this down. And that will fit just nicely. And there we go. So the last thing that I'm going to do is make one little photo mat to go in the pockets. I'm just going to do one because I'm tired. I haven't actually measured, so let's see. I've got a few just standard photo mats, which is 4 by 6. Let me see if that even fits. Yes, we've got just a little bit of room that we can play with. So if I grab some cardstock, and let's go with, where's Night of Navy? Yeah, grab a piece of Night of Navy. So just going to doubly measure. Yeah, I can go 6 1/4. Right, so I'm gonna go with 6 1/4 by let me just double check how deep it is. Oh yeah, so if I go with 6 1/4 by 9, that sound about right. So half of that will be 4 1/2. Hey, I'm getting good. And let's see if that fits. I'm just doing this bit on the fly because I hadn't measured it. Like I said, I literally did this last night. So we'll see if it will fit. Too big that way. I need to take a smidge off. So I did it at 6 1/4. I didn't do it at 6 1/4 at all. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Yeah, that does fit. So 6 1/4 by 9, score it at 4 1/2, and that will fit in the pocket and be poking out enough so you can grab it, and hopefully when you close it, it will still close. Yes, it will. Obviously you can't put too much in the pockets because it will be bulked out too much, but what you could do as well is just tuck half of it in and keep half out, so it's kind of like a flip page, and then it pulls out as well. So to decorate this, all I would do is maybe put a photo mat on the front. We'll just stick that on. So this is 4 by 6, so this is the size of the photo, of what the photo would be, a standard 4 by 6 photo, but you could make it a little bit bigger if you wanted to. So you could do that on there. You could do some writing on here about whatever the photos are, and then tuck some other things in those pockets. So then that can tuck in like so. I like it just like that actually. So it'll be an extra flip, and then some photos could go in there like so, and you can write on there, add a sentiment there once you've decided what the photos are going to be about. You could even write on there or stick a photo on there if you wish, and that is it. So that is how to make a envelope mini album. I really hope that you have enjoyed this class. So where are we? Hello. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this class. I love making mini albums. It is literally my favourite thing to make. So if you like this type of video and you would like me to do some more of them live, then let me know in the comments and I will design some more that we can do live, because obviously depending on the design, we could either do one like we've done today that we just do in one class, or if it's more detailed then we can spread it out over a couple of classes. So let me know what you think, what you would like to see, and I will do that for you. I'm going to go rest my voice. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, thanks for watching, and any questions, just after the video's finished live, just add a comment to the video and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Bye.